Hey everyone, and welcome back to week 6 of our deep dive into AI in education. It feels like just yesterday we were marveling at personalized learning paths and freaking out about how AI can grade essays. Though let's be real, grading essays is the worst. So far, we've seen the power of AI in classrooms, from personalized learning to real case studies around the world. But with great power comes great responsibility, right? Like even Spider-Man's Uncle Ben knew that, and he didn't even have an algorithm. Today's session is all about ethics, risks, and figuring out the right way to use AI in education. Because, let's face it, this stuff can get complicated fast. We're talking about data privacy, potential bias in algorithms, and the big question that always comes up: will robots replace teachers? Spoiler alert? Probably not entirely, but we'll get to that. These aren't just theoretical questions or things to worry about in the distant future. These are challenges educators like you are already facing. So let's unpack the most pressing concerns and give you a clear framework to move forward with confidence and conscience. Because if we're going to integrate AI into education, we better do it right. Alright, let's start with the basics. When we talk about ethics and AI, it's not just about some abstract philosophical debate. We're talking about real-world implications for students, teachers, and the future of learning. Education isn't just about stuffing information into brains. It's about fostering critical thinking, creativity, and a sense of responsibility. And if AI is going to be a part of that world, we need to make sure it's used ethically. Imagine an AI system that's designed to personalize learning experiences for students. Sounds great in theory, right? But what if that system is built with biased data? What if it ends up reinforcing existing inequalities? Or what about the issue of data privacy? AI systems in education often collect vast amounts of information about students. We need to ensure that it's not being misused or exploited, that students' privacy is respected. Okay, let's get specific. Remember that whole data is the new oil thing people were saying a few years ago? Well, in the world of AI and education, data is definitely valuable, but it's also potentially dangerous. Every time a student uses an AI tool, data is collected. This includes learning patterns, voice recordings, test scores, sometimes even facial expressions. Now imagine all that information just floating around in cyberspace. Makes you a little uneasy, right? And here's the ethical dilemma. How is that data stored, used, or even sold? Because let's be honest, companies have a vested interest in profiting from this information. In 2023, several parents in the US sued edtech companies for misusing children's data collected via AI learning apps. This isn't some dystopian sci-fi plot. It's the reality we're facing. Let's talk about bias. No, not your Uncle Steve's unwavering belief that the moon landing was faked. We're talking about algorithmic bias, which is way less fun than it sounds. It's the idea that AI systems, as neutral as they seem, can actually perpetuate and even amplify existing biases in society. How does this happen? Well, AI algorithms are trained on massive datasets, right? And if those datasets reflect existing biases, like, say, gender stereotypes in STEM fields, the algorithm can end up replicating those biases in its output. It's like teaching a kid to ride a bike on a path that's already crooked. They might learn to ride, but they'll always be veering off course. So imagine an AI-powered tutoring system that's been trained on data showing that boys tend to excel in math. The algorithm, in its infinite wisdom, might start giving more challenging problems to boys and simpler ones to girls. This kind of bias can have serious consequences. Okay, let's address the elephant in the digital room, the fear of over-relying on technology in education. Because let's be honest, there's a fine line between using AI as a tool to enhance learning and letting it become a crutch. We don't want to create a generation of students who can't think for themselves without consulting an algorithm. Think about it. What happens when a student encounters a problem that the AI can't solve? Or when they need to collaborate with others in a way that goes beyond the screen? Will they have the critical thinking skills, the creativity, the empathy to navigate those situations? Look, technology can be amazing. It can personalize learning, provide instant feedback, and free up teachers' time for more meaningful interactions. But it's not a magic bullet. It can't replace the human connection, the spark of inspiration that happens in a dynamic classroom. Imagine a classroom where students are glued to their screens, each one interacting with their own personalized AI tutor. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or maybe it's more like a robot teacher standing at the front of the classroom. Will AI replace teachers? The short answer is probably not entirely, but the role of the teacher is definitely going to evolve. Think about it. A lot of what teachers do now, grading, administrative tasks, even delivering basic instruction, can be automated to some extent. But that doesn't mean teachers are obsolete. In fact, it frees them up to do what they do best: connect with students, foster creativity, and guide them on their learning journey. Here's the thing about AI in education. It has the potential to be a game changer for accessibility and equity, but only if we're intentional about it. Because if we're not careful, it could actually widen the gap between the haves and the have-nots. Think about it. AI-powered tools can personalize learning for students with disabilities, provide real-time language translation, and offer tailored support for students from diverse backgrounds. It can make education more inclusive and accessible than ever before. Imagine a student with dyslexia who struggles with reading. AI-powered tools can provide text-to-speech capabilities, personalized font adjustments, and even real-time feedback on their writing, empowering them to learn and thrive alongside their peers. Or consider a student who speaks English as a second language. AI-powered translation tools can break down language barriers, providing real-time translations of classroom materials and even facilitating communication with teachers and classmates. Okay, let's talk about the legal and policy landscape surrounding AI in education, because this is where things get really interesting. And by interesting, I mean kind of messy. Here's the thing. AI is developing faster than the law can keep up. It's like trying to hit a moving target with a Nerf gun. You might get lucky, but chances are you're going to miss. We're dealing with a whole host of unanswered questions. Who owns the data collected by AI systems in schools? How can we ensure that AI is used ethically and responsibly in educational settings? What happens when an AI system makes a mistake that negatively impacts a student? Right now, there's a patchwork of laws and regulations that touch on these issues, but nothing comprehensive. We have FERPA, which protects student privacy, but it was written long before AI was a twinkle in a programmer's eye. We have laws against discrimination, but how do we apply those to algorithms that can perpetuate bias in subtle and often invisible ways? This lack of clear guidelines creates a lot of uncertainty for educators, schools, and edtech companies. All right, we've covered a lot of ground, from data privacy to algorithmic bias to the future of teachers. So how do we make sense of it all? How do we ensure that we're using AI ethically and responsibly in education? Well, I propose a framework. Let's call it the 5 R's of ethical AI. Reflect, respect, review, redesign, and remember. Reflect. Before implementing any AI tool, take the time to reflect on your goals. What are you hoping to achieve? What are the potential benefits and risks? How will this impact your students and your teaching practice? Respect. Always prioritize student privacy and data security. Be transparent about how data is being collected, used, and stored. Obtain informed consent whenever possible. Review. Regularly review the AI systems you're using. We've covered a lot of ground in this series. We've seen the incredible potential of AI to transform education, but we've also explored the ethical challenges that come with it. And if you're feeling a little overwhelmed, that's okay. This stuff is complicated. But here's the thing. We can't let the complexity paralyze us. We can't shy away from these difficult conversations, because the future of education is being shaped right now, and we all have a role to play in ensuring that it's a future we can be proud of. So what can you do? A lot, actually. Start by educating yourself. Read articles, listen to podcasts, attend webinars. So that's it for our exploration of the ethical considerations surrounding AI in education. We've covered a lot of ground, from data privacy to algorithmic bias, and I know it can feel like a lot to process. But here's the thing, these aren't just abstract concepts. They're real issues that are already impacting students and educators around the world. The good news is that we're not starting from scratch. There are already people and organizations doing incredible work in this field, developing ethical guidelines, advocating for policy changes, and creating AI systems that are designed to benefit all learners. And that's where you come in. By educating yourself, engaging in these conversations, and advocating for change, you can help shape the future of AI in education. Because if we're going to prepare students for a world increasingly shaped by technology, we need to make sure that technology is used ethically and responsibly.
Welcome back to our series on AI in education. Today, we're diving into some of the critical challenges that come with integrating AI into our classrooms. Because, let's be real, using AI in education isn't as simple as plugging in a computer and watching it magically solve all our problems. It's more like trying to train a very smart but slightly clueless robot to teach a room full of unique and sometimes chaotic humans. We're talking about complex issues like bias and algorithms, the danger of over-relying on technology, and the very real concerns about how AI will impact the role of teachers. But don't worry, this isn't some dystopian AI takes over the classroom scenario. This is about understanding the potential pitfalls so we can use AI responsibly and ethically to actually improve education for everyone. So buckle up, grab your thinking caps, and let's get into it. AI learns from data. But what does that really mean? Essentially, AI systems are designed to identify patterns and make decisions based on the information they are fed. This process is similar to how humans learn from their experiences and observations. Think of it like training a dog. If you only ever show it pictures of poodles, it might think every dog in the world is a poodle. The dog's understanding of what a dog is becomes limited by the examples it has seen. The same goes for AI. If the data it learns from is biased, the AI will be biased too. This is because AI doesn't have the ability to question the data it receives. It simply processes and learns from it. And unfortunately, a lot of the data we have, especially in education, is steeped in historical inequalities. These inequalities are often deeply embedded in the systems and structures that have been in place for decades, if not centuries. For example, an AI system trained on past exam results might learn that students from certain zip codes or attending specific schools tend to score lower. This is not because these students are less capable, but because of the systemic issues that have affected their educational opportunities. And then, it might start predicting lower scores for those students in the future, regardless of their actual abilities. This creates a self-fulfilling prophecy where the AI's predictions influence the opportunities and resources available to these students. This isn't some hypothetical scenario, by the way. In 2021, a UK exam scoring tool using AI gave lower marks to students from lower income backgrounds, perpetuating a cycle of inequality. The controversy highlighted the dangers of relying too heavily on AI without considering the underlying biases in the data. We've also seen cases of essay grading bots giving higher marks to essays that use more sophisticated vocabulary, even if the content is lacking. This means that students who have had access to better language education are unfairly advantaged. This obviously disadvantages students from less privileged backgrounds who might not have had access to the same level of language education. These students are judged not on their ideas or understanding, but on their ability to use certain words and phrases. And then there's the issue of language models misunderstanding non-native English speakers. These models are often trained on data from native speakers, leading to misunderstandings and misinterpretations. Imagine an AI tutor struggling to understand a student's accent or dialect. That can be incredibly frustrating and demotivating. The student might feel misunderstood and unsupported, which can have a significant impact on their learning experience. The problem is, AI often reflects our own biases back at us. It acts like a mirror, showing us the prejudices and inequalities that exist in our society. It assumes the past is a good predictor of the future, which, as we all know, isn't always the case. The world is constantly changing, and our understanding of it needs to evolve as well. So how do we fix this? First, we need to acknowledge that bias exists in almost every dataset. This is a crucial step because we can't address a problem if we don't recognize it. Then we need to actively work to mitigate it. This involves a combination of technical solutions and human oversight to ensure that AI systems are fair and equitable. This means regularly auditing AI decisions, using AI to support, not replace, critical decisions, and ensuring diverse training data if we're building AI tools in-house. It's about creating a system of checks and balances to prevent biases from taking root. Remember, fairness must always override convenience. It might be easier to rely on AI for quick decisions, but we must prioritize fairness and equity. We can't let AI become just another tool that reinforces existing inequalities. Instead, we should strive to use AI as a force for good, one that helps to level the playing field and create a more just and equitable society. It's easy to get caught up in the hype of AI and its potential to revolutionize education. The allure of cutting-edge technology can be irresistible. We see AI as the solution to everything, from personalized learning to grading assignments. The promise of efficiency and innovation is hard to ignore. But just like that friend who always wants to borrow your notes instead of studying, over-relying on AI can do more harm than good. It can create a dependency that stifles genuine learning and growth. Imagine a student using an AI tool to write every single essay. They might produce well-structured papers, but what happens when they face a real-world scenario where they need to articulate their thoughts without digital assistance? Sure, they might get good grades at first, but what happens when they have to write an essay on their own? The lack of practice in critical thinking and writing can leave them unprepared and anxious. They haven't developed the critical thinking, research, or writing skills necessary to succeed. These are foundational skills that can't be outsourced to a machine. Or think about a classroom where AI tutors handle all the personalized instruction. While this might seem efficient, it eliminates the crucial human element of teaching: the empathy, the encouragement, the ability to adapt to a student's individual needs in real time. The human touch in education is irreplaceable. Teachers bring a level of understanding and adaptability that AI simply cannot match. They can inspire, motivate, and connect with students on a personal level. Over-reliance on AI can also lead to a passive learning experience. Students might become mere consumers of information, clicking through AI-generated lessons without really engaging with the material. This passive consumption can result in a lack of deep understanding and retention. Students may find themselves disengaged, bored, and unmotivated. The key is to use AI as a scaffold, not a crutch. AI should support and enhance the learning process, not replace it. Think of it like training wheels on a bike. They're helpful at first, providing stability and confidence. But eventually, the child needs to learn to ride on their own. The goal is to gradually remove the support and encourage independence. In education, this means fostering skills that students can rely on throughout their lives. We need to find the right balance between human instruction and AI support. This balance ensures that students benefit from technological advancements while still developing essential life skills. Use AI to personalize learning, provide targeted feedback, and free up teachers' time for more meaningful interactions with students. This way, AI becomes a tool for enhancement rather than a replacement. But when it comes to tasks that require creativity, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence, let's keep those in the hands of humans. These are areas where human intuition and experience are invaluable. Always ask yourself, will this empower the student or replace their effort? The answer will guide us in integrating AI in a way that truly benefits education. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: the impact of AI on teachers' roles. This is a topic that has sparked a lot of debate and concern among educators worldwide. The rapid advancement of AI technology has led to questions about the future of teaching and the role of teachers in an increasingly digital world. With AI tools that can plan lessons, grade papers, and even tutor students, it's understandable why some teachers are feeling anxious about the future. The fear of being replaced by machines is a natural response to such significant technological shifts. However, it's important to look beyond the surface and understand the true potential of AI in education. Will robots replace teachers? The short answer is no. AI, despite its capabilities, cannot replicate the unique human qualities that teachers bring to the classroom. The essence of teaching goes beyond mere content delivery. It involves mentorship, emotional support, and the ability to inspire and motivate students. But the role of the teacher is definitely going to change. AI has limitations. It lacks emotional intelligence, the ability to understand and respond to the emotional needs of students. This is a critical aspect of teaching that AI simply cannot replicate. It can't inspire students on a personal level, nor can it provide the kind of individualized attention that many students need to thrive. The human touch in education is irreplaceable, and it can't respond to the nuances of classroom dynamics. Every classroom is different, and a good teacher can adapt their teaching style to meet the needs of their students. This adaptability is something that AI, with its reliance on algorithms and data, cannot achieve. A good teacher can tell when a student is disengaged, bored, or confused, and adjust their teaching style accordingly. AI isn't there yet. The ability to read a room, to sense when students are struggling or when they're ready to move on, is a skill that comes from experience and intuition. Instead of fearing AI, teachers should embrace it as a powerful tool that can enhance their teaching practice. AI can provide valuable insights and support, allowing teachers to focus on what they do best. Think of it as a partnership, not a competition. AI can handle the more mundane tasks, freeing up teachers to engage more deeply with their students. AI can take over tedious tasks like grading and administrative work, which often consume a significant portion of a teacher's time, freeing up teachers to focus on what they do best, building relationships, fostering creativity, and guiding students towards their full potential. This shift allows teachers to become more effective and impactful in their roles. This requires a shift in mindset, from content deliverer to learning architect. Teachers will need to rethink their approach to education, focusing on designing engaging and interactive learning experiences. Teachers will need to become experts in using AI tools effectively, understanding how to integrate these technologies into their teaching in a way that enhances learning outcomes. Designing engaging learning experiences that blend the best of human instruction with the power of technology. This hybrid approach can create a more dynamic and effective learning environment. The future of education isn't about choosing between humans or machines. It's about finding the right balance, where technology supports and enhances the human elements of teaching. It's about finding the right synergy between the two. When used effectively, AI can be a powerful ally in the classroom, helping teachers to be more efficient and effective. And the teachers who embrace this change, who are willing to learn and adapt, will be the ones who thrive in this new landscape, who learn to leverage AI effectively, using it to enhance their teaching and improve student outcomes. Will be the ones who thrive in this new landscape. The future of education is bright, and with the right approach, teachers can lead the way in this exciting new era. So, there you have it. A glimpse into the challenges and opportunities of AI in education. It's a complex landscape, full of potential pitfalls and incredible possibilities. The key is to approach AI with a critical yet optimistic mindset. We need to be aware of the biases, the risks of over-reliance, and the need to support teachers through this transformation. But we also need to be excited about the potential of AI to personalize learning, bridge equity gaps, and create a more engaging and effective education system for all students. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on AI in education. See you next time.
Artificial intelligence, or AI, is rapidly transforming numerous aspects of our lives, and education is no exception. From personalized learning platforms to AI-powered tutoring systems, the potential benefits of AI in education are vast. AI promises to create more engaging learning experiences, provide tailored support to students of all abilities, and free up valuable time for teachers to focus on individualized instruction and mentorship. However, this transformative technology also presents significant challenges, particularly regarding accessibility and equity. As with any powerful tool, AI has the potential to either exacerbate existing inequalities or serve as a force for positive change. If we are not careful, the very technology that holds the promise of democratizing education could end up widening the gap between the haves and have-nots. This essay will explore the multifaceted impact of AI in education, examining how it can both widen and bridge the educational divide. We will delve into the risks associated with the unregulated use of AI, particularly the emergence of an AI equity divide, and propose practical solutions to ensure that AI is harnessed as a tool for democratizing learning. By understanding the potential pitfalls and embracing ethical considerations, we can harness the power of AI to create a more equitable and accessible education system for all learners. One of the most pressing concerns surrounding AI in education is its potential to exacerbate existing inequalities between different socioeconomic groups and geographical regions. While AI has the potential to revolutionize education by providing personalized learning experiences and automating administrative tasks, it also risks deepening the divide between the haves and the have-nots. Access to technology, including the hardware, software, and high-speed internet required for AI-powered learning tools, is not evenly distributed. In urban areas, students might have access to the latest gadgets and fast internet connections, while in rural or underfunded schools, students may struggle with outdated equipment and slow or unreliable internet. This digital divide could create a scenario where students from affluent families and well-funded schools reap the benefits of AI, while their less privileged counterparts fall further behind. The gap in access to technology can lead to significant differences in educational outcomes, with students in well-resourced schools gaining a competitive edge. Imagine a school in a wealthy neighborhood equipped with state-of-the-art AI-powered tutoring systems that provide students with personalized feedback and support around the clock. These tools can adapt to each student's learning style and pace, offering a customized educational experience that can significantly enhance learning outcomes. Contrast this with a school in a low-income community that lacks the resources to invest in such advanced technology. Here, students might have to share outdated computers, and teachers may not have access to the latest educational software or training on how to use AI tools effectively. Students in the first school would have a significant advantage, not only in terms of academic achievement, but also in developing the digital literacy skills essential for success in the 21st century. These skills are increasingly important in a world where technology plays a central role in almost every aspect of life and work. This disparity in access to AI-powered learning tools could perpetuate a cycle of inequality, where educational opportunities and future prospects are increasingly determined by socio-economic background. Students from wealthier families would continue to have better educational outcomes, leading to better job opportunities and higher incomes, while those from less privileged backgrounds would struggle to catch up. Furthermore, the development and deployment of AI in education are often driven by private companies with a profit motive. These companies may prioritize developing products for markets that can afford to pay, rather than focusing on the needs of underfunded schools and disadvantaged students. This raises concerns that AI-powered learning tools could be marketed primarily to schools and families that can afford them, further widening the gap between wealthy and poor schools. The commercialization of AI in education could lead to a situation where only those who can pay for these advanced tools can benefit from them. If we are not careful, AI in education could become yet another example of privilege perpetuating privilege. It is crucial to address these disparities and ensure that all students, regardless of their socioeconomic background, have access to the benefits of AI-powered learning tools. Only then can we harness the full potential of AI to create a more equitable and inclusive educational system. The potential for AI to deepen existing inequalities in education is not merely a hypothetical concern. It is a pressing issue that demands our immediate attention and action. As AI technologies become more integrated into educational systems, the disparities they can create or exacerbate are becoming increasingly evident. The risks associated with an AI equity divide are already becoming apparent in classrooms around the world. These risks are not confined to any one region or type of school. They are a global phenomenon affecting students and educators everywhere. For instance, AI-powered assessment tools, while designed to provide objective and unbiased evaluations, have been shown to perpetuate existing biases present in the data they are trained on. This means that the very tools intended to level the playing field can, in fact, reinforce the inequalities they aim to eliminate. Consider a facial recognition system used to track student engagement during online classes. These systems are often touted as innovative solutions to monitor and enhance student participation. However, they come with significant drawbacks. If this system is trained on a dataset predominantly composed of students from a particular ethnic background, it may misinterpret facial expressions or behaviors common among students from other backgrounds, leading to inaccurate assessments of their engagement levels. This misinterpretation can have serious consequences for students' academic records and self-esteem. This could result in students from underrepresented groups being unfairly penalized or overlooked, perpetuating harmful stereotypes and limiting their educational opportunities. The impact of such biases can be long-lasting, affecting students' future prospects and their trust in educational institutions. Another example is the use of AI-powered chatbots for student support. These chatbots are designed to provide quick and efficient assistance, but their effectiveness is heavily dependent on the quality and diversity of the data they are trained on. While these chatbots can be valuable tools for answering questions and providing guidance, they are only as effective as the data they are trained on. If the training data lacks representation of the diverse student body, the chatbot's responses may be inadequate or even misleading. If a chatbot is trained on a dataset that does not reflect the linguistic diversity of the student population, it may struggle to understand or respond to queries from students who speak English as a second language or who use dialects or slang not represented in the training data. This can lead to frustration and a sense of alienation among these students. This could create barriers to access for these students, making it more difficult for them to seek help and succeed in their studies. It is crucial that we address these issues head-on to ensure that AI technologies serve to bridge gaps rather than widen them, fostering an inclusive and equitable educational environment for all. While the potential risks of AI in education are significant, it is essential to remember that technology itself is not inherently biased or inequitable. The way we choose to implement and utilize AI can make all the difference in whether it serves as a tool for inclusion or exclusion. AI is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or ill. The key lies in our approach and intentions. By focusing on ethical AI development and deployment, we can ensure that these technologies serve to enhance learning experiences rather than hinder them. By taking a thoughtful and proactive approach, we can harness the power of AI to bridge the educational divide and create a more equitable and accessible learning experience for all students. This means not only providing access to AI tools, but also ensuring that these tools are designed with inclusivity in mind. One way to ensure that AI is used as a force for good in education is to focus on developing and deploying AI-powered learning tools that are specifically designed to address the needs of underserved and marginalized communities. This involves collaboration between educators, technologists, and policymakers to create solutions that are both effective and equitable. This includes creating tools that are accessible to students with disabilities, students from low-income backgrounds, and students in rural or remote areas. By addressing the unique challenges faced by these groups, we can ensure that no student is left behind in the digital age. For example, AI-powered learning platforms could be designed with features that cater to different learning styles and abilities, such as text-to-speech functionality for students with dyslexia or customizable interfaces for students with visual impairments. These features can make a significant difference in the learning outcomes for students who might otherwise struggle in a traditional classroom setting. Moreover, AI can be used to break down language barriers and make quality education more accessible to students around the world. AI-powered translation tools can provide real-time translation of learning materials, enabling students to access content in their native language. This is particularly beneficial for students who are learning English as a second language, or who come from backgrounds where English is not the primary language spoken at home. By removing language barriers, AI can help to level the playing field and ensure that all students have the opportunity to reach their full potential. This not only enhances individual learning experiences, but also fosters a more inclusive and diverse educational environment. Furthermore, AI can provide personalized learning experiences that adapt to the needs of each student. For instance, students with visual impairments can benefit from customizable interfaces that allow them to adjust text size, contrast, and other visual elements to suit their needs. In addition to these features, AI can also support teachers by providing them with insights into student performance and areas where additional support may be needed. This can help educators to tailor their teaching strategies to better meet the needs of their students. AI-powered tools can analyze data on student engagement, comprehension, and progress, allowing teachers to identify patterns and intervene early when students are struggling. This proactive approach can lead to better educational outcomes and a more supportive learning environment. Ultimately, the goal of leveraging AI in education is to create a more inclusive, equitable, and effective learning experience for all students. By thoughtfully integrating AI technologies into the classroom, we can help to ensure that every student has the opportunity to succeed, regardless of their background or circumstances. As we continue to explore the potential of AI in education, it is crucial to remain mindful of the ethical considerations and to prioritize the needs of the most vulnerable students. By doing so, we can harness the power of AI to democratize learning and create a brighter future for all. By removing language barriers, AI can help to level the playing field and ensure that all students have the opportunity to reach their full potential.